Hi friends, it's Miss Cathy from the Mary L. Cook Public Library. Welcome to Storytime. Today I have some books and activities about gardens and things that grow. Do you have a garden in your yard? Do you grow vegetables or maybe flowers? I have a garden in my backyard and it's getting time to think about planting. Well, let's go ahead and get started as we open and shut them, open and shut them. Give a little clap, clap, clap. Open and shut them, open and shut them. Fold them in your lap, lap, lap. Let's begin with our first story, Up, Down, and Around.
Up, Down, and Around by Katherine Ayres. Illustrated by Nadine Bernard Westcott. Published by Candlewick Press. In the dirt, we'll dig a row, drop some seeds, and watch them grow. Dirt piles up, seeds go down, water splashes around and around. Corn grows up, carrots grow down. Cucumbers climb around and around. Peppers grow up, potatoes grow down. Pumpkins vine around and around. Broccoli grows up, beets grow down. Green beans wind around and around. Okra grows up, onions grow down. Tomatoes twine around and around. Fresh and tasty, get a bunch. Pick some, pull some. Let's have lunch.
It's time for our first activity. Why don't you stand up right where you are at home, get a few wiggles out as I go through the words and the motions. We're going to start with holding our palms out. Here is a green leaf, and here is a green leaf. That, you see, makes two. We'll just hold up our two fingers. Then we're going to cup our hands together. Here is a bud that makes a flower. We're going to kind of open and spread our hands out a little bit. Watch it bloom for you. All right, those are the words and the motions. Let's see if we can say our rhyme together. Here is a green leaf, and here is a green leaf. That, you see, makes two. Here is a bud that makes a flower. Watch it bloom for you. Well, let's get ready for our next story.
In a Garden by Tim McCanna. Illustrated by Aimee Sicuro. Published by Simon & Schuster, Books for Young Readers. In a garden on a hill, sparrows chirp and crickets trill. In the earth a single seed sits beside a millipede. Worms and termites dig and toil, moving through the garden soil. Then at last a tiny shoot ever slowly forms a root. First a seedling, then a sprout, pushing, bursting, up and out. In a garden day by day, newborn flowers find their way. Sunlight warms the morning air. Dewdrops shimmer here and there. Earwigs scuttle, beetles scurry. Roly-polies scoot and worry. Sleepy slugs and garden snails leave behind their silver trails. Frantic teams of busy ants scramble up the stems of plants. In a garden, week by week, little creatures hunt and squeak. All the while a sprout is growing without anybody knowing. Buds emerge and leaves unfold, braving wind and heat and cold. Stretching, spreading, open wide, just the perfect place to hide. Underneath it's safe and snug for a lonely ladybug. In a garden showers fall, dainty drinks for one and all. Flower petals bold and bright blossom in the beaming light. Blooms of every shape and size call to bees and butterflies. Daisy, foxglove, tulip, plum, daffodil, chrysanthemum. Sips of nectar warm and sweet, pollen clings to heads and feet. Round and round they buzz and flit, only pause to rest a bit. In a garden, bugs aglow, flashing, flying to and fro. Lacewings, gnats, mosquitoes, spiders, dragonflies, and water striders live among the cattail reeds, lily pads, and water weeds, keeping hid from hungry eyes, using colors to disguise. Crafty bugs and clever tricks look like leaves or barks or sticks. In a garden full of green, many moments go unseen. Finding shelter in the shade, careful rows of eggs are laid, as a cool and gentle breeze whispers through the tops of trees. Then a seed slips to the ground, sinking in without a sound. Time goes by, and then life returns to start again. Always changing, never still, in a garden on a hill.
For our next activity, we're going to revisit one that we recorded last spring here in the gardens at the library. Why don't you stand up so you're ready for our action rhyme? For another activity, and this time we're going to sing a song together. It has some motions, and it goes to the tune of The Farmer in the Dell, and it's called The Gardener Digs the Soil. So our first motion is the gardener is going to dig the soil. So we'll just pretend we have a shovel here. Then he's going to plant the seeds. So we'll pretend that we're just dropping seeds in the ground. The rain is going to fall on the ground. The sun is going to shine bright and warm. Then you can bend down a little bit because the plants are going to begin to grow, and the flowers all around. And then the last verse is fresh vegetables to eat. So we'll just pretend that we're eating some vegetables that we have grown in our garden. So let's go ahead and we're going to sing it together. The gardener digs the soil. It goes like this. The gardener digs the soil. The gardener digs the soil. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the gardener digs the soil. The gardener plants the seeds. The gardener plants the seeds. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the gardener plants the seed. Rain falls on the ground. Rain falls on the ground. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, rain falls on the ground. The sun shines bright and warm. The sun shines bright and warm. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the sun shines bright and warm. Plants begin to grow. Plants begin to grow. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the plants begin to grow. Flowers all around. Flowers all around. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, the flowers all around. Fresh vegetables to eat. Fresh vegetables to eat. Hi-ho, the dairy-o, fresh vegetables to eat. That's a fun song.
Quiet in the Garden, written and illustrated by Aliki, published by Greenwillow Books. I love to go out in the garden. I see flowers, bushes, berries, trees, and a little pond. I sit quietly. If I am very still, I see more. I am so quiet, I even hear sounds around me. Chirp, squeak, crunch. I can almost hear a butterfly flutter by. I sit still and listen. Today a robin flew down and nibbled red berries from a bush. Why did you do that? Asked a snail. I was hungry, said the robin, and off it flew. The snail ate holes in some leaves. Why did you do that? Asked a butterfly. It's what I do when I'm hungry, said the snail, as it slid away. The butterfly sipped nectar from the flowers. Why did you do that? Asked a worm. I was thirsty, said the butterfly, and it is so tasty and sweet. The worm squiggled in the soil to eat bits of plants and bugs. Why did you do that? Asked a squirrel. I was hungry, said the worm, squiggling under again. Goodbye. The squirrel crunched on an acorn. Why did you do that? Asked a spider. Oh, hungry, said the squirrel, crunching away. The spider caught a fly in its web. Whoops, said a turtle. Well, I am hungry too, said the spider, as it ate the fly. I watched the turtle munch on soft moss by a rock. Why did you do that? Asked a lizard. I was hungry, said the turtle. The lizard crawled along a wall and snapped up a moth. Why did you do that? Asked a frog. I was hungry, said the lizard, and I couldn't wait until dinner time. The frog hopped up and caught a gnat. Why did you do that? Asked a fish. I was hungry, said the frog, and I didn't want to eat you. The fish nibbled some algae. Why did you do that? Asked a mouse. I was hungry, said the fish, and it dove for more. The mouse crunched seeds, leaves, berries, and bugs in the compost heap. Why did you do that? Asked my rabbit. I was very, very hungry, said the mouse, chomping on an apple core, and I still am. My rabbit nibbled on a leaf. I know why you did that, I said. My rabbit didn't say, it just munched away. I picked apples, berries, radishes, carrots, a cucumber, and more for a picnic with my friends. The robin, snail, butterfly, worm, the squirrel, spider, turtle, lizard, the frog, fish, mouse, and my rabbit. What a racket they all made! Bzz, nibble, chomp, chew, crunch, bite, sip, slurp, gulp, swallow, munch. We were hungry in the yummy, not so quiet garden with food enough for all.
We have time for one last activity called Plant a Seed. I have my little planting pot here and my packet of cucumber seeds. I need to get busy planting these seeds before I transplant them into my garden. I'm going to go through the words and the motions. You can just pretend that you're holding a pot and you can pretend that you're putting the seeds in, watering them, putting them up on a windowsill to get lots of bright sunshine. You don't have to have these things at home. Use your imagination and pretend. Here are the words. I took a little seed one day, about a month ago. I put it in a pot of dirt in hopes that it would grow. I poured a little water to make the soil just right. I set the pot upon a sill where the sun would give it light. I checked the pot most every day. I turned it once or twice. With a little care and water, I helped it grow so nice. There were a lot of rhyming words in that too, weren't there? Let's go ahead and try our activity together. I took a little seed one day, about a month ago. I put it in a pot of dirt in hopes that it would grow. I poured a little water to make the soil just right. I set the pot upon the sill where the sun would give it light. I checked the pot most every day. I turned it once or twice. With a little care and water, I helped it grow so nice. I'm looking forward to planting these cucumber seeds. Thank you so much for joining me for story time this week. Our time together goes by so quickly. Before we say goodbye, I wanted to let you know that our library is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. No appointment is needed. We would love for you to come in and browse our collection and look at all the wonderful changes in the library. Of course, Miss Cathy will still be glad to put a collection together and will call you when it's ready to be picked up. We are still offering curbside hours from 10 to 5. Well, it is time to say goodbye, so let's tickle the clouds, tickle your toes, turn around and tickle your nose. Reach down low, reach up high. Story time's over, so wave goodbye. Happy gardening and see you next week.